I'm 17 and pregnant, and the guy adopting my baby just asked me if I ever think about us in another life. His wife found the text. I got pregnant by my ex, who stopped returning my calls the second I told him. I decided pretty fast that adoption was the right choice because I was 17 and still in high school. I met Beth and Patrick at the adoption agency, and they seemed perfect. We have 3 bedrooms and a big backyard, Beth said. We've been trying for years. Her husband Patrick nodded along. When the counselor asked me to tell them about myself, I told them I worked part-time at a bookstore. Patrick leaned forward in his chair. Which bookstore? The one downtown. Patrick got this excited look on his face. I go there all the time. Beth squeezed his hand and smiled at me. He spends half his paycheck on books. I picked them to adopt my baby 2 days later. Patrick showed up at the bookstore 3 days after we signed the initial paperwork. I was restocking the fiction section when he appeared next to me holding a coffee. I thought you'd like an iced coffee while you work, he said. I thanked him and he stayed for an hour just talking about books. He came back the next week with tea, then the week after that with a muffin. He started texting me book recommendations and I responded because I thought he was just being nice. Then the text changed. He sent me a quote that said something about 2 souls recognizing each other across time. I did not respond to that one. He showed up at the store the next day. Did you see what I sent you? I told him I saw it. He moved closer. You are so mature for your age. Honestly, you understand me more than Beth. I didn't know what to say, so I just nodded and went back to stalking. He reached out and touched my shoulder. I mean it. You're special. I stepped back and he smiled like nothing was wrong. After that, he started coming in 3 times a week. He would stand too close when we talked and I could smell his cologne. One time he brushed hair out of my face and let his hand linger on my cheek. You're going to be such an incredible woman someday, he said. If I was your age? He trailed off and laughed like it was a joke. When my coworker asked if he was bothering me, I said no, because I did not want to mess up the adoption. The texts got worse. He would send me stuff at midnight about how talking to me made him feel alive again. He said Beth did not appreciate him the way I did, and that age was just a number when 2 people really connected. I barely responded anymore, but he did not stop. Then he sent a text that said, do you ever think about us in another life where things were different? I did not answer. The next afternoon, I was working the register when Beth walked in. Patrick was behind her looking like he might pass out. She walked straight up to me and held up his phone. Did he send you this? She asked. I saw the text about another life on her screen and I nodded. She turned to Patrick and her voice got loud. How many times did you come here? Patrick tried to say something, but she cut him off. 247 texts in 3 months and you lied about client meetings so you could come to this bookstore. You told me you were working late, but you were actually grooming a teenager. People were staring now and I wanted to disappear. Beth looked at me and her face softened. This is not your fault. You're just a kid and he manipulated you. She turned back to Patrick. I'm filing for divorce tomorrow. I'm done. Patrick grabbed her arm. Beth, please, I never touched her. I was just trying to build a relationship because of the baby. Beth ripped her arm away. You asked a 17-year-old girl if she thinks about you in another life. That's not building a relationship. That's grooming. I started crying and Beth looked at me. I'd still love to adopt your baby if you will let me. I've wanted to be a mother my entire life and I'm not letting him ruin that. I'm going to move in with my sister after the divorce and the baby would be so loved in my family. I felt tears on my face and I nodded. Patrick looked like he was going to be sick. Pack your stuff tonight. I want you out by morning. Then she walked out. I had my daughter 2 months later with Beth in the delivery room. Beth moved 3 states away and took the baby with her. She sends me pictures every couple months like she promised and my baby and Beth look so happy. Patrick tried to text me after the divorce went through, but I blocked him.